Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Take a Look. Today we're going to take a look at Alton Towers Resort and the first two opening days of Alton Towers and also the new Curse at Alton Manor. Now, we arrived at Alton Towers a little bit late. We got there around lunchtime and unfortunately the monorail was closed at the time. However, the staff were really nice and they said that we could go in through the entrance that is near Galactica. So we ended up all the way on the other side of the park. Now, I have an access pass, so I had to go from that end of the park all the way down to the main entrance. So I was really hoping that the Sky Ride was open so I could get my access pass. However, unfortunately, the Sky Ride was closed, and this was quite disappointing, really. As someone who kind of relies on the Sky Ride as they struggle with standing up for too long, it was a real shame that it was closed, and I then had to walk all the way from one park to the other side. But it was okay because I saw a robin on the way, and it was nice to look at the little wildlife. After a little bit of a struggle to get the access pass, we did manage to get it, and we wanted our first ride of the day to be Wicker Man. However, the access pass queue was horrible and it wasn't moving, so we decided to skip it and make our way down to the Curse at Alton Manor. So here is the queue, that's for the main queue, and this is a picture that I absolutely love. That is the main entrance for people who are queuing normally. My mum was trying to take a photo of the Curse at Alton Manor sign, and one of the characters that was walking around the site decided to photobomb our picture. This ride absolutely exceeded my expectations. Even with the characters on the outside of the ride, it just really set the mood. Here's a little video of what it looked like. This is the actual house of Alton Manor. Just even the little details really bring this to life, and I really appreciate everything that Alton Towers has done. Here's a few of the characters. They were really funny and it was actually really fun to watch them whilst waiting in the queue. One thing that wasn't really good was the wheelchair access. There's someone in a wheelchair that couldn't really get out. This is a sensory guide and I really appreciated this. If you haven't seen that, then here you go. And this is what you see just after you finish the ride. Just even the little details, I can't believe it. It was such a good ride. And this is in the shop here. And even the eyes move and they follow you around the shop. It's really creepy. And here we have a baby in a pram that's moving all on its own. And I actually got a little bit spooked in that first clip because I thought it was coming at me. But yeah, it was such an amazing ride and I 100% recommend it. It was amazing. Next, we went on 13 and the access pass queue for this was quite long. And on my second day here, I took a video of the queue, so I will show you that a little bit later, so just so you can see. But I love 13, so it was worth the wait. Then we decided to go on Gangster Granny, and the queue for this ride wasn't too bad actually. We were only waiting there for around 10 minutes, and for the main queue it was around a 30-minute wait. Then we decided to go on Wicker Man for the last ride of the day, and let me tell you, this was a huge mistake. Don't go on Wicker Man for the last ride of the day if you're an access pass holder, because it gets crowded. Everyone wants to ride Wicker Man as the last ride since it's the closest to the main entrance. We barely moved. We were standing still for the majority of the time, and when we did move, it was only one teeny tiny step forward. It was tragic. And then they ended up wanting to add a third cart to the track, so we waited much longer. Soon you will see the empty cart being tested. It was absolutely excruciatingly painful for me having to stand there for such a long time, but we did end up getting on and it was quite nice to sit down on the ride after standing up for so long. So as I said before, we stayed 2 days at Alton Towers, which meant we spent the night at the Splash Landing Hotel. This is the water park from what it looks like on the inside when it's all closed, and I think this is more aesthetically pleasing to look at than during the daytime, and they should have some nighttime opening times. So this was the room we stayed at. It was number 1449, and this is my first time at the Splash Landing Hotel, and it was a really, really nice hotel. I wish we could have stayed there for longer, really, because I had the best night's sleep there, honestly. This was the view from the hotel. We get to see the outside pool from the water park, and it was really nice. We got a really nice view. Now, we get a double bed and then a set of bunk beds, which is pretty good. On the table, you got some coffees, teas, milk, biscuits, all that, featuring the pineapple lamp. Now, what I think is really nice is they provide you with a colouring book and some crayons, especially if you've got kids. This could be really helpful to keep them a little bit occupied so they're not running around everywhere. And then we're going to head to the bathroom. So it provides you with towels, it provides you with toilet roll. That's a bath, and it also has a shower too. The shower is really, really nice. That's me. And then it also comes with a little bit of shampoo, bath gel, soap, all that. That there's a baby cot, and it also comes with an ironing board. They also provide you with a hairdryer, but I didn't get that in the video, unfortunately. Ended up getting takeaway in the hotel since all the food places in the park were closed and we weren't wanting to spend £25 to eat at the hotel. We got 2 margarita pizzas, 12-inch, and these were huge and they were so delicious. If you were to get a pizza, we recommend maybe sharing one between 2 because these were really big and really filling, and I couldn't even finish my pizza. Starting off day 2 then, we're going straight to Galactica. We went through the entrance near Galactica, so we thought we might as well get on the actual ride since it's just there. And we decided to make our way from Galactica and go round the park to the main entrance, just getting on as many rides as we possibly could. Galactica is such a good ride. I think it's pretty easy going considering how, intense it looks. It's quite nice to ride. So yeah, we decided to just go on that, and then we went straight on Blade since it was right next to Galactica. We thought we might as well go on it if it's there. And yeah, the queue was pretty short. I mean, it was just opening the park, so yeah, it was pretty much a walk on. We didn't really have to wait that long. We then headed straight for the curse at Alton Manor. This is the inside queue. Let me tell you, the detail is just so amazing. I absolutely love this ride. And I can't stress this enough. Like, if you go to Alton Towers, you have to ride this because it's so modern. And even if you've just been on once, you'll go on it again and realise you missed something. Every time you go on that ride, you see something new. It's not just a one ride and then that's it. There's always something new to look at, which I think is really cool. We then had a look at the little cafe cake milkshake shop that's right outside of the Curse of Alton Manor because we saw some people with milkshakes and they looked really nice. Now the milkshakes are £6.95, which is a bit pricey, but we got the cookies and cream milkshake and I wouldn't say it's completely worth £6, but it was quite nice. We then went on Wicker Man and the access pass queue was huge. However, the guy at the front who was working there was really passing people through and we wasn't waiting there for as long as we was yesterday, which was good. We then went on Oblivion and this was my first time on the ride, and let me tell you, it looks so much worse than it is. When you're actually on the ride, it's nothing, but when you're looking at it, you really psych yourself out because it just looks so terrifying. But I promise you it's not as bad as it looks. And it was actually pretty good. Then we went on Gangster Granny again. Might as well. And there was barely anyone in this queue. I mean, the main queue was pretty long. But the access pass queue, there was barely anyone there. We got on pretty quick. Then we went on 13. And here is the access pass queue for 13. It was super long. But the guy who was working there did just a train full of access people and then a train full of normal regular queuers. And that was quite effective and it really brought the queue time for the access pass holders right down. And it was a really effective way of working the trains and working the queues. So the next ride was the Smiler, and this was my first ride on the Smiler as well. I hated the queue. The flashing lights were so just irritating my eyeballs and I didn't like that. But the actual ride itself was pretty good. considering the amount of loops that are on this ride, I'm so surprised I didn't get dizzy at all. And it was a little bit bumpy, but not so that you would bang your head on the sides of the overhead bars. It was more kind of up and down bumpy, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was quite a nice ride, and it's up there on my favourite rides at Alton Towers. So yeah, it's a pretty good ride. Next we went on Hex, but I couldn't really film because the actual queue for the access pass for Hex was literally non-existent, so it was just a walk on. Hex was pretty good as usual, super trippy. And then we also went on Runaway Mine Train. Again, it was basically a walk on, so I couldn't really take much video of this. But yeah, Runaway Mine Train is always good to go on. We did then go on Wicker Man for the last ride of the day before heading out. The queue wasn't half as bad this time. I had a really fun time at Alton Towers. I'm so glad I was able to go there for the 2 days and witness the opening days. It was such an amazing experience, especially at the new ride, the Curse at Alton Manor. I cannot tell you how much I loved that ride. It's so modern. Every time you go on, you see something new. We went on twice each day that we were there, and I'm not even sick of it. I'd go on it again and again if I could, because there's just so much to look at, and it's a really amazing ride. Well, thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment, maybe share with a friend. I just wanted to say thank you for the support on my first video. It got 3.4k views, which is absolutely mental. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and there'll be more coming in the future, hopefully, and I'll see you soon. Bye.